Welcome to my English class, kids. How are you today? I hope everyone is safe and healthy out there. Today, in Module 6, Food Please, you are going to learn to form questions. Is there any? And are there any? And give the short answers to the questions. Before that, please get ready your Get Smart Plus 3 students book and your stationeries. Now, open your students book and turn to page 56. We are going to do activity 1. We are going to listen to the same story again, but this time, please take note on the underlined questions and short answers used in the dialogue. Ready?
Activity 1. Listen and read.
I love my omelette. There's some cheese in my omelette. Is there any cheese in your omelette, Greg?
No, there isn't.
There are some peppers in my omelette too. Are there any peppers in your omelette, Greg?
No, there aren't. There isn't any cheese and there aren't any peppers in my omelette. But there are some peas, onions, and pineapple.
Yuck.
And for dessert, coconut pancakes.
Yummy!
Okay, class. Can you see the questions and short answers used in the story just now? So, today, you are going to learn to form questions using "Are there any?" and "Is there any?" We use "Are there any?" for countable nouns or things you can count, and "Is there any?" for uncountable nouns or things we can't count. We also use "Is there any?" for the singular countable noun. Do you still remember our previous lesson about what is countable and uncountable nouns? Yes, countable nouns are nouns which can be counted. Look at the examples of the countable nouns. All these things can be counted. 2 burgers, 2 sandwiches, 2 hot dogs, 2 cherries, 1 apple, some grapes, and so on. Uncountable nouns are nouns which cannot be counted. Let's look at the examples here. Any liquids and creamy substances are uncountable nouns. For example, juice, milk, coffee, tea, mustard. Any substances which is smaller than a bean are uncountable nouns. For example, rice, cereal, salt. And also, what you cut or measure are uncountable nouns. For example, bread, meat, butter, chocolate, and so on. Okay? In the previous lesson, you learned to write positive statement using there's and they are, and using some. Today, you are going to learn the questions form and using any. The question form for uncountable nouns using any is there any? Is there any? Okay? And the question form for countable nouns using any is are there any? Are there any? Okay? Now, let's look at the short answers for both questions. Okay, so here are the short answers for both questions. Yes, there is. No, there isn't. Yes, they are. And no, they aren't. Okay? Now I want you to say after me. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. No, there isn't. No, there isn't. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. No, they aren't. No, they aren't. Okay? Very good. Okay, class. Now I want you to say after me, okay? Is there any chocolate? Yes, there is. Is there any sugar? No, there isn't. Is there any juice? Yes, there is. Is there any milk? No, there isn't. Very good. Okay, next. Are there any bananas? No, there aren't. Are there any onions? No, there aren't. Are there any tomatoes? Yes, there are. Are there any potatoes? Yes, there are. Very good, kids. Okay, class. Now, throw your focus to this grammar box, okay? Look at the word any. 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 A-N-Y. Any. Okay? Usually, we use any in negative sentences with countable nouns in plural form or uncountable nouns. We also use any in questions, okay? So, in today's lesson, you can see that we use any in questions, okay? For example, is there any cheese? If you have some cheese, then your answer would be yes, there is. But if you don't have any cheese, then your answer would be no, there isn't. Another example, are there any peppers? If you have some peppers, then your answer would be yes, there are. But if you don't have any peppers, then your answer would be no, there aren't. Now, let's do some practice. Please turn to page 57 of your student's book. Look at activity 4. Okay, look at activity 4. We are going to practice to ask and answer using this activity. Okay, now let's read the instruction together. Choose and tick what you want in your omelette. Then ask and answer. Okay, as you can see here, I've ticked what I want in my omelette. Now, ready to listen to the audio.
Activity 4. Choose and tick what you want in your omelette. Then ask and answer.
Are there any peppers in your omelette?
Yes, there are.
Now, repeat after me. Are there any peppers in your omelette? Yes, there are. Very good. Okay, class. Now, I want you to practice what to ask and how to answer based on what I've pointed here. Okay? I'll give you a few seconds to complete the conversation. Ready? Okay, class. What's your question and answer? Okay, let's check together. Is there any cheese in your omelette? Yes, there is. Did you get all correct? Good job. How about this? I'll give you a few seconds to complete the conversation. What's your question and answer, kids? Let's check your answer. Are there any tomatoes in your omelette? Yes, there are. Did you get all correct? Very good. Let's proceed to the next one. I'll give you a few seconds to complete this conversation. Okay, class, what's your question and answer? Let's check. Are there any onions in your omelette? No, there aren't. Did you get all correct? Great! Let's try to complete this conversation. What's your question and answer, kids? Let's check your answer. Are there any potatoes in your omelette? No, there aren't. Did you get all correct? Well done. Try to complete this conversation. What's your question and answer, kids? Let's check them. Is there any chicken in your omelette? No, there isn't. Did you get all correct? Way to go, kids. Let's do this. What's your question and answer, kids? Let's check your answer. Is there any milk in your omelette? No, there isn't. Did you get all correct? Wonderful. Let's try to complete this conversation too. What's your question and answer, kids? Okay, let's check them. Is there any butter in your omelette? No, there isn't. Did you get all correct? Awesome. Now, let's try to complete the last conversation. What's your question and answer, kids? Let's check your answer. Are there any sausages in your omelette? Yes, there are. Did you get all correct? Perfect. Very good, kids. Now, let's check today's task. Okay, now, please get your Get Smart Plus 3 workbook and your stationeries. Now, open your workbook and turn to page 45 and turn to page 45. You are going to do activity 2. Okay, you are going to do activity 2. Please write down today's day and date at the top of this activity. Okay, you may write down here. Write down the day and date. Task A. Activity 2. Look and write. Answer the questions. In this task, you need to refer to Get Smart Plus 3 Students Book, page 56, Activity 1, to answer this question. Okay, you need to take your students book. Refer to this story to answer this question. Okay, look what are in Anna's omelette and what are in Greg's omelette. Then answer the questions given. Look at the given examples to guide you to answer the following questions. Okay? Now we have come to the end of the lesson. Stay safe and healthy at all times. Thank you and goodbye.